Hey guys, welcome back to, well, it's not really welcome back because this time I am trying a new style of video where I commentate and go over my thoughts of how I beat the major bosses of my Persona 5 Royal low level challenge, also no items. So yeah, as I said before in this video, I'm going to go over my thoughts and my setup and how I generally just went through the full battle. In this battle, I believe we are level 17, I want to say, or 19. It's one of the two. We'll see in the video. So I'm going to live commentate the video and explain my thoughts on how I went through. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So I'm just go over my persona. Shiki Oji is going to play a major role in this fight, as he does have a number of things we want, such as resist sleep and of course null to physical attacks. As you can see from my equipment, the offensive equipment is not really too significant, but the major ones you want to take note of are the sleep equipment. We definitely do want to resist sleep, as if you know this battle, you'll know that Kaneshiro likes to pull sleep shenanigans with Lullaby. And in addition, we also want one of the equipment, I believe On is wearing it, also no sleep, so that's going to help us a lot as well. Otherwise, everyone's equipment standard. Oh, also, you also in the low level challenge, you can't normally activate fusion alarms. However, the game forces you to go through one mandatory fusion alarm. So in that case, you are allowed to fuse one item during that alarm. And for that item, we chose the item that gives you media, the one that restores all health for light health. That's going to play a huge role in making On our primary healer for the fight, as I don't really want to bring Morgana because he's very frail and doesn't really contribute much to the fight in general. Makoto is going to be mainly on buffing duty and also a diorama, so we definitely do need someone to cast Medea other than Joker, and obviously Ryuji's not going to do it because he's damaged. So we open up turn 1 with equipping, let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to equip, yes, Amine Azume. Are we doing that? Actually, I'm not even sure what we're going to do. Yes, we're going to equip Amine Azume because Kaneshiro does the same move on turn 1, which is Missile Barrage, which is a AoE fire attack, followed by Ocular Vulcan. In this case, Amine Azume drains fire, so Joker will take no damage from that. Everyone else guards because there's really no point in trying to do any damage because he's way too tanky for us. We're way too low leveled, and there's no sense in trying to outdamage him. So we just opt to guard instead of trying to buff or debuff him, because next turn he's going to immediately activate the big rolling attack, as you'll see here. So we're just topping everyone off and starting the buff for On, as we are forced to take one rolling attack. Well, I'm not sure what the attack's called. We'll see what the attack's called, but you are forced to take one of those attacks. So obviously we're going to guard that once he does that attack. This is also why we don't want to buff or debuff immediately, because for the first 3 turns we're not going to be able to do any damage. We're just going to have to be forced to watch Kaneshiro steamroll our party. It's only after we go through the scripted part where we throw the item is where we actually get to do some significant damage. So we're just going to immediately guard here, because if you don't guard, you're going to die. Also take note that you do want to keep Tarunda active on him, as if you don't, you're going to take way too much damage, and it's way too hard to top yourself off this early in the game. So at this point now that we know that he's going to fall for the high expensive item trick, we can start to apply our buffs and debuffs so that we can start laying on the damage, as we do want this battle to go by. We do not have enough SP to stall this battle out for too long, so we are going to have to lay on the damage. We brought Makoto to the Jazz Gen to learn Maturukaja, yes, because I'm not sure if it's completely mandatory to learn that, but it definitely helps a lot to have an option to increase all of our attack power, considering how low leveled we are, and at this point Joker cannot learn Maturukaja by any means from any demon. So here we're going to throw our B chain. This is technically not consuming the item for a positive benefit, so this is allowed in the challenge. Otherwise, this challenge would be pretty impossible. So we're going to throw that out. We're going to throw that to him, and he's going to waste 2 turns. That gives us 2 free turns to do damage, top off our party, apply buffs and debuffs. This is a very crucial part of the fight, and if you do not make good use of this downtime, you're going to struggle immensely for the rest of the fight. So, for the most part, Joker, Makoto, and Ryuji are our main damage dealers because they all have access to medium damage. Unfortunately, An and Morgana still do not know tier 2 magic spells, so they are stuck with the tier 1 light damage. Meanwhile, Ryuji and Makoto do know medium physical skills, so by proxy they will do more damage. And obviously Joker has access to a plethora of medium skills. In this case, we're going to be using double shot for our damage, so that will be the option we opt for. And as usual, see, at this point now we've gotten up to almost half health. This is also a scripted thing. He will always use metabolic wave right after he recovers from that part. So yeah, that's why we have Shikioji constantly equipped in now, because now he's going to start using physical and gun attacks. And the reason why we're guarding here is because the turn after he uses metabolic wave, he will always go for fear gas. And if you don't know, if you guard against an ailment, you will never be affected. So it's always good to guard against ailments. And another thing I also want to note is that Kaneshiro starts off the match with 2 attacks per turn, but once you throw the expensive item at him and waste the Piggy-chan's, I guess, juice, you'll be down to just 1 action per turn, and that helps a lot because that way we don't have to constantly be topping each other off with health, and we can keep applying the pressure to him. So we're going to be doing that. After he applies that fear gas, every 3 turns he will attempt to reapply fear gas. At that point, he should be dead, but sometimes he will not die by that point, so you may have to guard again. Although there is a secret strat you can use to get feared in preparation for the next phase, as you will see once we hit the next phase. So at this point of the fight, now it's just a matter of getting to the second phase as fast as possible. We definitely do not want to stay in this phase too long, as Kaneshiro's Piggy-chan does still do a lot of damage, and we do not have a whole lot of SP to continually apply Matsurukaja to our whole party. If you don't know, Matsurukaja is the group attack up. As you can see here, he gets 1 action per turn, so that really helps a lot, as I said before, in terms of staying alive and topping each other off. So yeah, as I said before, but I do want to continue doing this kind of format not for every fight, because let's be honest, not every fight in this game is worth commentating. Some of them are just really easy. I'm mainly going to do this for palace bosses and for major boss fights. So yeah, we're just trying to keep the pressure up and immediately move on to the next phase. Yep, he's still doing Missile Party. I'm not sure if I have Amin equipped, but thankfully this is another reason why I did not want to bring Yusuke to the fight, because Yusuke is weak to fire, and to be honest, having to waste a turn to cast Firewall just so Yusuke can be in the fight and gain experience is not really worth it, because casting Firewall is once again a waste of a turn, because that's less damage. That's 200 less potential damage we are doing, and that will severely affect how fast we escape this phase. So Makoto's burnt, so she's not going to get feared, and I believe An gets feared with the feared gas? Or Ryuji, one of them. Okay, oh, Joker gets it. Does he detox? Nope, he doesn't detox. Well, this is fine. This is actually going to play a major part into how we transition into the next phase. As you see, oh, our attack reverted. What are we doing? Yeah, we're gonna reapply on Matsurukaja. Fear can last anywhere from 1 to 2 turns. In this case, An does recover us from fear, thank goodness. Alright, he is gonna cast, spoiler alert, he's gonna cast Fear Gas one more time, as we are gonna have to tank one more. But that will play a crucial part into how we go into the next phase. Alright, so now I'm gonna cast Missile Party again. Yeah, so as I said before, Yusuke is weak to, he is weak to fire, so that's gonna severely hamper our damage input. Actually, I don't think we get feared. Now that I think about it, maybe he does. Actually, we're gonna have to double check that. I'm not even sure if we got fear. Oh yeah, no, he's definitely gonna cast Fear Gas again. Yeah, next turn he's gonna cast Fear Gas again. Because at this point, I thought we had enough damage to transition to the next phase. Oh, okay, I'm just a big dirty troll. I thought... Okay, you know what happened? That was one of my other runs that happened where we thought we had that, but... Okay. Actually, no. Now I remember. Okay, definitely. Because now I remember. Because we thought. Yeah, I thought we had enough damage. Because, yeah, right here, I thought I had enough damage. But it turns out he still has a little bit of health. Right, okay, this makes sense. Yes. So I believe Joker and On get... No, Joker and Makoto get feared. Or On. Okay, Joker and On get feared. Joker's able to break through the fear. So into the next phase, if you didn't already know, no matter the situation, Kaneshiro and his two goons will always get the first move, and that's really detrimental because he's always gonna cast Lullaby. And if we all get sleep, and he's gonna constantly cast Snap until we're all knocked down, and that's really gonna be really bad. Like as you can see here, the guard's gonna cast Power Slash. And even though they're not really strong in regular playthroughs, that Power Slash almost O-code On. So yeah. So now, thanks to Makoto's trait, we're gonna try and fish for shocks everywhere because immobilizing these guys will pretty much secure us the win for this fight. So we're top off, and yeah, so and then next to Ryuji is gonna cast I believe he's gonna cast Rampage, but yeah, we're gonna attack down Kaneshiro because he does have an attack. If you already know, he's gonna cast an almighty attack that can't be blocked. Well, I mean, we can guard it, but it's kind of weird. It's a weird attack, you'll see. So right now we're trying to get a knockdown. We didn't get the knockdown, unfortunately. Once again, thanks to our equipment that resists sleep, Kaneshiro will never cast Snap if no one's asleep. Which is actually big, because as long as he doesn't cast Snap, our chances of surviving this onslaught is big. Because if someone dies in this fight, we can't revive them because once again, no items, and no persona has recarm at this point to revive anyone. So if someone dies in this fight, it's game over because then experience will be skewed. So we have to absolutely make sure that we prevent anyone from dying. So in this case, at this point in the fight, we pretty much won. Everyone is shocked, so we can constantly apply technicals. I believe our technical rank is rank 3 at this point, or rank 2, it's one of the two. So at this point we can just do a lot of damage. Makoto's gonna cast Mafre, and then at this point, and then of course once Kaneshiro gets to a low enough number, oh no, we're gonna get the knockdown. I believe we're gonna baton past the Joker. We're gonna cast Mafre again actually, yeah. So at this point, Kaneshiro is at a low enough. Weirdly enough, even though he was shocked, he immediately recovers and will cast Make It Rain. So that's a big reason why we casted Tarunda, because I have a feeling that On or Ryuji will not survive Make It Rain at that point. So it's a good thing we did cast Tarunda from the turn before. So at this point, the guards are going to retreat, which is going to make the fight a lot easier, as it's just Kaneshiro. And Kaneshiro is pretty much helpless at this point. And because we took so much damage, someone is going to activate their showtime, either Makoto or On, because those are the two showtimes you unlock. Another reason why I don't want to bring Yusuke, because you want to up the chances of showtime. In this case, these two lovelies, I love Ryuji, but these two guys are going to cast their showtime, and the showtime does just enough damage to end the fight. So let's watch the cinematic. Makoto is going to lay the Fist of North Star reference, of course, and at this point we have won the fight. I had to restart this fight about 4 or 5 times. A lot of the trouble was trying to get past the first phase because Kaneshiro does so much damage if you don't time your buffs and debuffs properly. And I did make it to the second phase once, but we got unlucky with the lullabies, and the guards immediately killed someone, as they did double team someone. That is pretty luck based as well if they decide to double team someone. Alright, so yeah, we were level 19 for that fight, so we're gonna jump up a couple levels, and yeah, that's how I beat Kaneshiro at the lowest level possible, which is level 19. If you liked the video, drop a like and sub to the channel, and I'll be sure to do next commentation for Shadow Walkabout and the future big shadows. And with that, Buku out. Peace.